Okay, but wait. Did Moana die? Hey, brother! Okay, Moana 2 is set to drop next week, and I personally am so pumped. Moana has long been one of my own personal favorite Disney movies, and my daughter Addison has recently become obsessed, so I've had about 27 fresh passes of the film just percolating in my brain juice. Plus, every time I watch the trailer for the new movie, I keep getting chills. Like, what is this giant spirit whale thing? I need to know more. Is that going to end up being like Moana's spirit animal, like how the Ray was for Grandma Tala? Or is it going to be for like this chief guy from the ancestors who is giving her a new quest? Or will it start as him and then she will pick up the mantle? And if either of those end up being the case, does that mean that Moana is going to die like Grandma Tala did and become one with the ocean, wandering around as a giant spirit whale? Because I'm here to say there are worse outcomes. That sounds pretty cool. Because she does seem to be literally embracing such an idea right here, and she does have a new little sister in this movie, which makes it feel like the tribe has a new potential leader that makes it more okay for Moana to disappear forever. Her adorable little sister even asks her,
"What if you don't come back?"
There is nowhere I could go that I won't be with you.
I'm sorry, what? Doesn't that sound a tad familiar?
I can't leave you.
There is no way you could go that I won't be with you.
Y'all? Uh-oh. Could Moana be destined to guide all wayfinders by being the ultimate wayfinder, connecting all people for all time, not by what she accomplishes in her mortal life, but by what she accomplishes in the afterlife? But then you've got to ask, like, would they kill Moana? Like, no, right? Unless, now let's see here, are whales wayfinders? Oh my gosh, Google AI says yes. Yes, they use a variety of methods to navigate the ocean. Suns and stars, ocean currents, underwater landmarks, migration patterns. I mean, are those not all of the things that she learns in the first movie? And Google's AI answers are always right. That's it. She's dead. My only real issue in looking forward to Moana 2 and the prospect that she may die is that back in Moana 1, I'm pretty sure Moana already died.
Did not see that coming.
Which I hear you, and it's a completely reasonable response. Like, doesn't that make sequeling pretty hard? But don't worry, it all makes sense. And today we get to the bottom of it. And don't worry, it's further than it looks. Okay, before we talk about everyone's favorite Voyager, quick reminder that we here at SCB will soon be voyaging around the country with our podcast Through the Griffin Door on our Through the Griffin tour. This upcoming February, we are coming to the Southeast, hitting Charlotte, Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, Atlanta, and Nashville. Tickets are on sale now, and we hope to see you there. Okay, so let's kick things off here with little baby Moana playing on the beach and rescuing this adorable little baby turtle. Yeah, I heard it and I shouldn't say whittle. I'm not that person. My bad. While this may look like just a random nice thing that a small child does, there is a little bit more to it than that. Unbeknownst to her, Moana is actually being tested by the ocean to see if she is a worthy candidate to restore the heart of Tafiti. And the ocean gives her two options. Conch shell, basically the most amazing treasure, or let the shell get washed away and go save a turtle. Obviously, as we all know, Moana passes with flying colors and successfully returns the turtle to the ocean. And makes some really adorable little shooing noises, like shoo, shoo, shoo. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is for sure a trial. The ocean literally shimmers when she completes it, and the back of the turtle even has the same spiral on it as the heart of Tafiti itself. Which, as a reminder, is also her reward for completing this very task. And by reward, I mean sort of. It's a very nice prize, but it's actually a very dangerous that will involve fighting a lava monster. But hey, in the meantime, shiny rock!
It could create life itself.
Yes, thank you, Grandma Tala. That is in fact what makes the heart very important. And the point is that this is when Moana becomes the chosen one.
I am the chosen one.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, did you think we were gonna make it through like a whole video with like 0 Harry Potter references?
The ocean chose me!
I got your back, chosen one.
See, there it is. Literally the chosen one. But here's the thing about ever being a chosen one. It often involves dying. This is a known narrative trope and called the hero of 1,000 faces, and it happens all the time. But despite the deaths of these chosen ones, they also have a habit of coming back in some way, shape, or form. Harry is tethered to life by Voldemort, Luke draws Anakin back to the surface. And Moana, I think, is no different, with the obvious issue you may be screaming to point out that Moana never dies. To which I'm like, did you even watch the same movie? No, I'm kidding, that's a solid point. Except I do think she dies right here. It's on the very night that she sets out on her journey across the sea when a terrible storm hits and capsizes her canoe. And you might be like, are we even sure that this is a deathly great storm? And I don't know, you're just gonna have to ask the king and queen of Arendelle.
Their parents are dead.
In this scene, Moana is alone at night in a raging sea, a sea that specifically chose her for this very mission, and she's even asking it for help. But then the wave crashes, lightning strikes. She's knocked out, unconscious, but doesn't die? And then what happens? She wakes up the next morning in a calm sea, exactly where she was trying to get to. Okay, sure. But y'all, we need to take a brief pause right there to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, BetterHelp. And first things first, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my own daughter, Addison. Spending time with her is how today's video came about, and there's also just never a moment when she doesn't bring me all of the joy. And I bring that up because it is November, and this month is all about gratitude. And along with Addison, there's another person we all don't get to thank enough, and that is ourselves. Yourselves, from you to you. I personally genuinely believe that we are all just trying our very best, but it's so important to take the time to remind yourself of that fact. Practicing gratitude can be a game changer to your overall outlook. This is something that I've personally learned from my own sessions and try to implement into my everyday life. My wife Alice and I even have a saying in our house to not let nice things go unsaid. Whether it's as simple as complimenting somebody's shoes or letting them know that you appreciated that thing that they did for you. Because therapy isn't always about tackling major trauma. Sometimes it's just learning minor tweaks that pay dividends in your overall state of happiness. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/super today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/super. Link is in the description down below. And not for nothing, but many religions involve meeting a god or gods in death. And hey, what do you know? Maui! Oh, he's only a demigod, you say. Well, I say
nuance.
Because she will also go on to meet a true blue goddess as well, won't she? Lawyered. And I said blue, but mostly green. With flowers. Truly lovely. But I hear your other issues as well, like couldn't she have just survived the storm because the ocean helps her survive the storm? Also true, except
The ocean doesn't help you, you help yourself.
Exactly, Maui, exactly. And actually, this ends up being true over and over and over again as well. The ocean always helps Moana only after she's already tried on her own. Like when Maui is pulling away from the island and Moana literally tries to swim after him, she'll never catch up. But the ocean is like, no worries, you tried. I got you. But Moana can't try to overcome that storm because, as Maui points out,
You can't sail?
I am self-taught.
Plus, there's a lot more to suggest that she is indeed dead at this point and now in some kind of a limbo or journey between life and death, which I say because it means there are still stakes. Like, if she's capital D dead, then there is no threat from like lava or anything. And I can't stress it enough. Threat from lava, vitally important to the climax of this movie.
Ever defeat a lava monster?
No, have you? Lawyered. Clue number 1 is that from the moment the storm happens, Moana will not encounter any other truly human characters at all. Maui, of course, is in human form most of the time.
Is something distracting you?
But he is not human. He's, again, a demigod who's spent 1,000 years banished on that island. And speaking of banishment, that's what she seems to start coming across lots of. Very non-human things like Kakamora and Tamatoa and all of these other wild-looking monster things down in the realm of monsters. Even on that note, how do they get to this crazy land of monsters also known as Lalo Tai? Oh yeah, by jumping down this endless pit into, I don't know what you would call this world that exists beneath the other world. It's almost like an underworld. In fact, Lalo Tai is a Proto-Polynesian term that means under the ocean, but in the art of Moana, Lalo Tai is also known as the underworld. Lawyered! That was embarrassing for all of us. Now, I suppose you could argue that Moana does in fact interact with another human character on her journey in the form of Grandma Tala right here. But more to our argument, you'll notice that Grandma Tala is herself dead. Starting to make a little more sense, isn't it? This scene is of particular importance for our argument as well, because it is the moment Moana appears to have given up and surrendered the heart of Tafiti back to the ocean, which, as a reminder, has the ability to do what again?
It could create life itself.
Exactly. So I think the real reason Moana is able to exist in her limbo state is because she is carrying the heart of Tafiti with her. That is her anchor. But the moment she gives it back, what happens? All of her dead relatives show up to escort her on to the actual afterlife. She is no longer anchored, so it's time to go. And you can actually watch something similar happen to Grandma Tala even earlier in the film right here when she gives Moana back the heart of Tafiti. It's a pretty epic moment, and Moana is so excited that she immediately sprints into town to tell her dad that she has the solution to all of their problems, only to be met with a brand new one.
Chief! It's your mother!
Oh, look at that. The otherwise very healthy Grandma Tala gives away the life-giving heart of Tafiti and immediately kicks the bucket. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you.
Coincidence? I think not.
On that note, this idea also helps explain all of the villains and antagonists' motivation. Why are the Kakamora hunting for Moana? Why is Tamatoa so determined to get the heart? Because Tamatoa, by all other accounts, seems pretty happy, and the stone only has one known power. So what exactly would he need it for? To live longer?
The power of creation for a crustacean.
I mean, maybe, but like, he and Maui already have beef.
Oh, not since I ripped off his leg.
That's history between these two. And how long was Maui stranded on that island for? A millennium? That's 1,000 years. Meaning Tamatoa is already over 1,000 years old and doesn't even look old at all. Like, I think he's just already some kind of immortal. So why would he actually even need the heart of Tafiti? To come back to life. Just like Maui. All of these creatures have been banished. Same for the Kakamora. If they are already alive, what do they need the life-giving heart of Tafiti for? And that brings us back to Moana, because as I'm sure you are aware, she does end the movie by returning to her island and reuniting with the rest of her still alive human tribe, meaning at that point she herself must be alive again. So what gives? Well, the gods, of course, or goddess in this case, who happens to be green and flowery and quite lovely. At the end of the movie, Moana completes her goal and finally and successfully returns the heart of Tafiti to Tafiti, who has been trapped in her altered form, Te Kā, for 1,000 years. Spoilers. And as Tafiti represents life and creation, Te Kā represents death and destruction, and thus Moana conquers death. How? By accepting it.
Who you are.
Indeed. Or almost. More specifically, I think it comes down to the gifts that Tafiti gives out to Moana and Maui for having completed the task of resurrecting her. Maui gets his hook back, pretty obviously, and Moana gets the canoe, right? Well, yes, but I think she gets something else as well. Take a look at her oar before she returns, because I think it represents the true gifts. Again, we see the hook for Maui, but we also see a heart. And we all know what the heart of Tafiti gives.
it could create life itself.
Thus, Moana herself is reborn into the world of the living and now capable of sailing home to the rest of her family. So, boom, there you go. Moana has already died and come back to life and is now ready to set off on another adventure where this time she is so going to die again. Okay, so I mean, we sort of joked about it in the intro of today's video, but like I keep watching the trailers and she does tell her sister a couple of foreboding lines. First, she promises that she will come back, which just makes me think that she won't.
I'll be back. I promise.
Then she tells her it's her job as Wayfinder to connect all of their people.
It's my job as a wayfinder to finish what they started.
And then she later says,
The ocean connects us.
the ocean connects us. Do you know what the word Moana means? Ocean. Do you see what I'm getting at? Moana says the same thing to her sister that her grandmother tells her before she dies, then says that she has to connect everyone and that is what the ocean does, and has an encounter with a giant spirit whale, nature's actual wayfinder. I'm telling you guys right now, I do not like her odds, other than that I'm sure it'll still be an awesome and very happy ending. There you go, guys. For my question of the day, I've got to know your thoughts. 1, do you think Moana died the first time? And 2, do you think she's gonna die the second time? Let us know in the towel section down below. Y'all, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget that we are going on tour in February. Links to those tickets in the description down below. And if you want to see our top 5 favorite Moana theories, you can do so right over here. But otherwise, until next time, bye.